And welcome back to West Central High School is ready to go with the tip-off of the third place game. It is the Wethersfield Flying Geese and the Princeville Lady Princes. Underway here in quarter number one. We'll tell you as we move along here the starters for today's game. Two on the way, excuse me. As we come back this way, the Flying Geese start with Paige Huffman, number 5, Emerson Nelson, number 13, Kennedy Anderson, number 21, LaJaya Angel, number 23, and Kendall Vincent, number 32. As the ball goes back to the Lady Princes, we'll talk their starters. Number 4, Paisley Schock, number 5, Sierra Stahl, number 14, Sydney Kratzer, number 31, Kinley McGinn, and shooting the basketball right there was Brianna Brody. Goes out of bounds off of Wethersfield. It'll stay with the Lady Princes. 7:20 to go in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Brody has it swiped away, but it goes right to the hands of Schock, who missed the shot. Rebounded down there by Huffman, I believe. Vincent with it. Cross to Huffman. 3 is good. A Sports Corner 3 for Paige Huffman. Brianna Brody had it knocked away on the inbounds pass. Paige Huffman comes up with it. Flying Geese look to build on a 3-point lead. Down to Emerson Nelson. Back out to Vincent. Vincent's going to drive. Puts the shot up. Leaves it short. Picked up off the floor by McGinn. And it's going to be outletted finally to Schock. And McGinn's going to set the offense up as it looks to be a 2-3 zone for Wethersfield here. They're trying to take Brody out of the mix, but she's going to get a bucket right there. Brianna Brody gets the first 2 for the Lady Princes. 5:50 remaining. 3 on the way. Long, no good. Angel can't come down with the rebound. That was a shot by Kennedy Anderson. Now Stahl goes to Brody. Brody puts a shot up. Won't get it the fall, but she draws the foul. She'll be shooting 2 free throws. Foul is on Wethersfield, number 21, Kennedy Anderson, her first. Team's first. The live chat's open. Hop in there. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. First free throws in and out for Brianna Brody. Stahl takes a seat. Into the game for the Lady Princes, number 30, Sahara Streetmatter. And the second one is good for Brody. She's got 3 points, and we're tied at 3. As I was saying, hop in the live chat. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Doesn't matter which team you're cheering for. We love to see it in the live chat. The kids can go back and see who was watching their game live, so please do that. Also, share the stream link, like it, subscribe to our channel, watch some of the best basketball in West Central Illinois. Turn around, Vincent blocked by Brody. Brianna Brody gets the block and a chance for the Lady Princes to take the lead here with 5:05 remaining. Streetmatter with it, picks up the dribble, gives it to Brody. Brody outside the free throw line. Now McGinn left side. Kratzer. Schock, tip pass from Brody back to Schock. Stolen away, and Angel pushes it up for Wethersfield. 4:46 remaining. That's Kendall Vincent. Across, now Huffman gives it to Angel. Back out to Vincent. I think she might have been going to Anderson, but I'm not positive on that. Vincent back to Angel. 4:26 remaining in the first quarter. Looking down low was Vincent. It was tipped away by Schock, but went right into the hands of Emerson Nelson, and then Angel is going to get the bucket to fall. Brody, a left elbow jumper 2, off no good. Rebound by Emerson Nelson. Nope, excuse me, that was Anderson. Paige Huffman 3. Angel had a hand on a rebound, but Street Matter comes down with it. Gives it off to McGinn, and back the other way it goes. Kinley McGinn, the senior, playing the point. Baseline jumper is long. Vincent with the rebound. That was Kratzer with the shot. 3:33 remaining here in the first quarter. Vincent has it tipped away, gets it to Huffman. Back to Angel, skips it across to Anderson. 3:22 left. If you hear a big burst of water behind us at some point, Huffman for 3, off no good. That was Nelson with the rebound and the putback, couldn't get it to fall. Possession back to Princeville. Hear a big gush of water behind us when we walked in this morning, setting up for the first game. Oh, big block down there by Huffman. Brody got the ball back, though, and I believe Emerson Nelson's going to pick up the foul. She is. It is her first, team's second. A couple free throws coming this time for number 4, Paisley Schock. Sean McGinn checking in from Princeville. Thanks for watching us. Kenley Pickles McGinn, huh? First free throw's off, no good. Sean, can I just start calling her Pickles the rest of the game? Would that make her happy or unhappy as she watched the rest of this game on replay maybe? Second one is good. 1 for 2 from the free throw line with Schock. And it's a 5-4 game. Huffman with it. And on the baseline, out of bounds, was Emerson Nelson. So it will be Princeville basketball. Brody inbounds to McGinn. Street Matter. Oh, drug the pivot foot. I thought she might get away with it for a second, but she did not. Traveling is called. She put the brakes on, but the anti-lock brakes did not work. She slid a little bit. 2:34 remaining. 3 on the way. Good off the hands of Lena Scotts. It's 8-4. Brianna Brody looking for Street Matter. Street Matter pumps. Comes out to Kratzer. Again, gives it to Brody, who gives it to Street Matter again. Nice ball movement, and Street Matter gets the bucket. She's got 2. Well, we'll just start calling McGinn Pickles, so you folks at home. Number 31 on Princeville is Pickles. And shot was off, no good by Anderson. Got her own rebound, skips it across to Huffman. Huffman back up to Scott. Now a 3 on the way is good by Cora Hodge. 3 different players have Sport Corner threes for Wethersfield, and it's 11-6. Street Matter has a great look, but gets a little too far under the basket. Jump ball is going to be called. And possession will go to Wethersfield with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter. But as I was saying a few minutes ago, if you hear a huge gush of water, there was a leak in a heating pipe behind us here on the stage when I got here this morning. We spent some of the morning, tried to help them keep water from running everywhere, but I hear that they're going to have to cut the line to fix it, and that may or may not result in and a travel is going to be called on Lana Scott. Anybody from Wethersfield that might be watching, is it Lana or Lena? That's a good question. I started saying Lena, then the more I thought about it, I thought it might be Lana. Pickles has it across half court. 1 minute remaining here at the 10-foot line. Setting up the offense for Princeville. Brody back to Pickles. 3, good! Sports Corner 3 for Kenley Pickles McGinn, and it's 11-9. 3 on the way by Scott, off no good. Rebound by Anderson, off no good. Brody is going to pick up the foul. It'll be her first, team's first of the first quarter with 37.8 seconds left. Shooting free throws is going to be Kennedy Anderson, the senior for Wethersfield. First one hard off the back iron, no good. Subs coming in, Angel and Vincent back in, Huffman and Nelson taking a seat for the first time. So the only starter on the floor that has not taken a seat yet for Wethersfield is Kennedy Anderson, and she's at the free throw line. She's got 1 foul, and she makes the second free throw. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 12-9. Steele. As Hodge came up with it. Down to Angel. Angel's going to drive and gets called for the travel. Good defense by Brianna Brody to take the lane away, and Angel had a thought, but Brody had quicker feet than she could get around. 20 seconds left. Again, against the full court pressure of Wethersfield. Street Matter gets it across. Shock. Kratzer tries to save it in, cannot. It'll be Wethersfield's basketball with 7.6 seconds remaining. Vincent, 2 seconds. Anderson throws it up, and it won't fall. That's the end of the first quarter of play. 12-9 the score. Wethersfield leads Princeville here in the third place game at the Lincoln Trail Conference Tournament at West Central High School. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told about the staff of MDH, they're all good. You get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to West Central High School, third place game of the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. First quarter is over. As you can see, just 3 fouls called in the first quarter. We'll move to quarter number 2. Just a couple free throws shot as well. Let me see. We had 4 free throws shot for Princeville, 2 free throws shot for Wethersfield. So every foul resulted in free throws, actually. Pickles has it. Right side it goes to Street Matter, down in the corner, Kratzer. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Princeville with 7:48 remaining in the second quarter. Once again, if you'd be so kind, share the link with your friends and family. Let them know where they can watch this game. It's going to be a good one, it looks like, down the stretch here. Anderson gives it to Angel. Angel drives, a little Euro step, leaves it a little short, gets her own rebound, though, and steps on the baseline. Just about 1/8 of her foot stepped on the sideline. It was a great call by the official. And a possession back to Princeville, and Street Matter sitting in front of us has to hold her spot, gives it off to McGinn. 7:28 remaining in the first half. Pickles tries to get it to Brody. It's knocked out of bounds by Anderson. It'll stay with the Lady Princes. So the folks watching from Princeville, I see that Sean put Go Princes, not Lady Princes. Do they actually use Lady Princes, or do they go just by Princes? That's my question. I saw that in the guide and everything, but I thought, man, there's no way they go by Lady Princes, but maybe they do. Basket's up and good by Brody. So if you want to answer that, you're welcome to. 12-11 is the score. Brody gets the bucket. She's got 4 points. There's another bucket for the Flying Geese. scoring program looks like it has quit on me. There we go. We're back. Let's see where we're at here. So 2. Missed that one. Somebody can tell me where that is. I was trying to work on my 3 on the way by Hodge. Is no good. Jumper off, no good. Try to get our scoreboard working again here. Angel, free throw line jumper is good. She's got 6 unofficially. Street Matter across half court. Foul going to be called on Wethersfield. Fouls on number 23 for Wethersfield. Jaya Angel. Street Matter has the basketball. Angel picks up her first foul. Back the other way it goes. And a turnover. Kratzer comes down with it. Again with a shot off, no good. (16-13) is the score. And a turnover. Pickles has it back the other way in a hurry. She goes to Street Matter. Street Matter's layup is up and in. And it's a 1-point game, 16-15. Flying Geese have the only foul of the quarter. And now Kratzer's going to pick up a foul for the Street Matter unofficially has 4. I'll have to correct my scoring at the half as Vincent goes out, as does Hodge. Anderson, Nelson, Scott, Angel, and Huffman on the floor for the Flying Geese. It's Street Matter, McGinn, Brody, Schock, and Kratzer on the floor for Princeville. 4:05 to go in the first half, 16-15. 1 foul apiece here for these two teams as Kratzer picked up one right there. It's only the 2nd foul in the game on Princeville. Flying Geese only have 3 and a travel as, again, the anti-lock breaks didn't work. That time it was Kennedy Anderson who slid the back foot. And it's a turnover, a chance to take the lead for the Princes of Princeville. And a turnover. Angel's going to take it back the other way. On the dribble, she comes across half court. Huffman. 3:25 left in the first half. And Emerson Nelson. Back to Anderson. Scott with it. Off no good. The shot was. Huffman with the rebound. Scott with a 3-point attempt. Off no good. Brody with the rebound. Take it away from Nelson. Nice pass to Street Matter, and she gets the bucket to fall. And the Lady Princes have a 1-point lead, 17-16. Street Matter unofficially has 6 points. Anderson down to Nelson. Back to Anderson. 2:40 left in the first half. Down to Angel. She threw that off of Kratzer. That's a good call. Went off Kratzer's leg out of bounds. 2:31 left. It'll remain with Wethersfield. Huffman with it. Goes to Angel. 2:22 left in quarter number 2. Both teams just 1 foul apiece at this point in the quarter. 3 fouls in the game for Wethersfield. 2 fouls in the game for Princeville. Kennedy Anderson drives to the hoop and gets the bucket to fall. She's got 3 points. And she gives her team the lead back by 1. Kratzer up top. McGinn, right side Street Matter. Down to Brody. Nice pass, and a foul is going to be called. Might be on Emerson Nelson. Could be on Angel, too. We'll wait and see who they call it on. I think they call it on Angel. It's a second team foul. Brody's shooting a couple free throws. Well, they called it on 23. It's going to be on Angel. He had to show him again. It's her second. First one was good by Brody. Second one in and out, no good. We're tied. Well, never. I'll have to go over and see what they put in the book. Now they have Emerson Nelson with 2 fouls. So maybe they called it on Nelson. Thought he was holding up 2 fingers, but he might have held up 1. So it's 2 on Nelson. That was a turnover. Back to Princeville. Tied at 18 here. Pass down to Schock, who had to try to stop before going out of bounds. They call her for a travel. 1:24 left in the first half. Scott walks it up the floor, actually jogs it up the floor. Cross half court it comes, under 1:20 remaining in the second quarter. Anderson, Vincent, skips it across to Scott. She goes to the right elbow to Angel. Anderson down to Vincent, and Schock is going to get called for the foul. Paisley Schock picks up her first foul, team's second of the quarter. 1:05 left here in quarter number 2. Angel, top of the key, thought about taking a 3. Huffman will. Left corner, or left wing, off no good. Angel with the rebound to put back. It's off no good. Tipped around, she comes down with it again. That time she's fouled by Brianna Brody. Brody's going to pick up her second foul with 54.4 seconds left. And going back to the free throw line, actually for the first time today, is LaJaya Angel. She's got 6 points. Make it 7 with the first of 2 free throws made. Back to a 1-point lead for Wethersfield. 54.4 seconds left. Second one is good. She's got 8. Coming in for Princeville, going to be number 25, Addison Buckley, as Brianna Brody takes a seat with 51 seconds left. Street Matter nearly had it stolen away. McGinn gets it to Kratzer, gets it across half court. And Scott is going to pick up the foul. Lana Scott picks up her first foul. Team's third. Both teams have 3. Once again, if you haven't already, we ask please share the link so everybody can come watch the game here this afternoon. We would greatly appreciate it. 33 seconds left. Shot blocked. It was Buckley with the shot. Angel knocked it out of bounds. 31.5 seconds left. Still trying to tie or take a lead here at the half. Angel gets a block that time as she blocks Schock. Now she throws a pass to Kratzer. It's taken away. Or actually, she threw it to Anderson. It was stolen away by Kratzer. With 20 seconds left, Pickles has it. Didn't get it across half court. Now she's going to have her pass from Street Matter to Street Matter stolen away. Anderson's going to lay one up. It's short. And Angel gets the rebound. And we'll see if Buckley, Schock, or McGinn get the foul. It is on McGinn. It'll be her first, team's fourth. 2 more free throws for LaJaya Angel. She has 8 points. Make it 9. Second free throw coming. Hit them both. 4 free throws in a row in the final minute. And it was tied before those free throws. It's now 22-18 with 7 seconds left. McGinn has it. She's going to come middle of the floor, and it's going to be bounced around 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's going to end the first half of play. Wethersfield leads Princeville 22-18. You're watching the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by AMDH, live from West Central High School in Biggsville, Illinois. We'll take a break and let you hear a word from our title sponsor, McDonough District Hospital. We'll check the scoring, and we'll be back with the second half in just about 10 minutes.
Welcome back to halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Patrick Osterman, the Director of Business. What? Tell me again. I know you as the media guy. That's what I know you as, and every time I talk to you, it's like I can't ever remember.
Well, for the majority of my MDH career, I have been the Director of Public Relations and Marketing, but as of February of 2023, that's when I added on the title of Vice President of Business Strategy.
Well, see, there you go. See, I that's what you get me all discombobulated. You know, the email address doesn't change. That's my problem. It
does not. No.
If you changed the email address, I would have had that. I would have remembered that. But every time, you get something stuck in your head. It's kind of like when I'm announcing a basketball game or something, and I say somebody's name wrong, and then they say this is how you're supposed to say it. I always just mess it up. It's just hard to change back. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Well, we're here to talk about MDH, not about all my shortcomings as an announcer or an interviewer, but a lot of big things happening for MDH here in the last year or so, hasn't there?
There has been a lot of really positive things going on. If you come out to our campus, you're going to see the construction for the community pharmacy going on. That is certainly one of our big projects. We've also had a lot of community outreach events, too, over the past 6 months, I would say, really from like summer, fall 2023. Just a lot of positive things going on.
Well, one of the things we talked a little bit about last year but didn't really get to touch on a lot was you've expanded. You've got a physical therapy, I believe, in Monmouth. Is that correct?
Correct. We got the MDH Monmouth Clinic, physical therapy up there, a convenience clinic. Everything's been going really well up there. Very supportive community. Really been just incredible how many people have been welcoming us into the community. We've got some staff members up there who are part of the Monmouth community, live there in Monmouth. So really the familiar face when you walk into the clinic.
Obviously, we were talking about sports, and we've talked about physical therapy and rehabilitation. That's a large – I don't know if it's a large part of what you guys do, but it's a very active way for you to be involved in the sports in the area, especially high school sports, and you've got a very solid physical therapy and rehabilitation department.
Our sports medicine and rehabilitation department, we've got our clinic up in the hospital on the 3rd floor. We have our clinic in North Lafayette. We've got one over in our Bushnell family practice, and as we just talked about, up in the Monmouth clinic as well. As you know, Dwayne, sports is big in this area, and it's great. I've got children who played sports for Macomb or are playing sports for Macomb. We know how important that is. Make sure you have the athletic trainers, that you have the proper medical care there on the sidelines for the student athletes. So anytime that we can be a sponsor of that to help and just help not only promote the MDH brand, but more importantly, take care of the patients, take care of the student athletes. That's what's most important.
I think one of the biggest things parents, fans can see in person is Lindsay, Kessler, all those trainers that are at these games, and they it's I don't want to say it's funny, but it's really cool to see how they become ingrained in those teams that they are part of as trainers.
I used to work in college athletics before making the switch over to MDH, and in my near 25 years of working in sports information, we would be involved with the teams quite a bit. But as also one of the support staff members, we also work closely with the athletic trainers. There's a lot of different personnel involved, more than just the coach and the student athlete, that help make that successful. When you have a strong support staff like athletic trainers, for instance, it's just going to make your program stronger. You want your kids healthy. You want them to be out there as much as possible. If they are injured, okay, what can we do to best care for them to make sure that they get on the court quickly and as healthy as possible?
I think MDH and the schools, though, are lucky to have the quality of trainers that you've got that not only do a good job, but truly, I mean, you can watch by the Facebook posts and how much they care about the teams, even if they don't treat somebody on a team, they become part of that team.
They do. And I think the more they deal with it, they're there on a daily basis. They want to see those student athletes succeed, and they certainly do have a personal investment in the teams and seeing the kids, the student athletes, the coaches succeed, and the school succeed.
Okay, so we've talked about how important trainers are and everything to MDH, but you mentioned a few minutes ago, I think it's been a few minutes ago, seconds ago maybe, but you talked about how you spent years in sports information.
I did.
How does a sports information guy end up as a public relations guy and then a VP at a hospital?
Well, when I got started, I had an interest in doing a lot of writing when I was in college, and my academic advisor knew me, he knew my family, and he knew we were big sports fans. And he said, Pat, you realize there's a profession out there called sports information? And he explained it to me, and I said, so essentially I kind of get paid to watch sports. And he goes, well, yeah, kind of. So that really started my interest. And then when I was at Northern Iowa, that's where I got my undergrad degree. I actually graduated with public relations degree. I worked at the student office at Northern Iowa, and then that led me to go to grad school out at Gonzaga University. I got my athletic administration master's degree. And my first job was actually at Eastern Illinois, and I was the PR person for Eastern Illinois University Athletics. I was the assistant director. Worked 7 great years. That's where I met my wife, Susan. Our 2 older boys were born there. Led to my first full-time director job at Georgia Southern University. And then from there I came up to Macomb. I was at Western Illinois for 8 years as the sports information director. But as I joked when I started at MDH, instead of writing about touchdowns and field goals and home runs, now I get to write about doctors, the staff, and just taking care of patients and the positive patient stories. So it's really, instead of athletics where I'm telling a story about student athletes, now I get to tell the story about our staff and great interactions with our patients. And then, you were talking about being named vice president. I do a lot with the Macomb Chamber of Commerce. I'm on the board of directors. One of the perks of working at Western and living in Macomb, it's a smaller community. You get to know a lot of people, and we're able to build some great relationships, and it's been just a blessing to be able to carry those relationships from Western over to MDH and now expand on those as my new role as Vice President of Business Strategy.
Well, you've had a couple kids go through Macomb, and they've had some success post Macomb as well, playing some sports, I think, right?
Correct.
So how important is it to be involved? And, TSSR isn't a huge deal by any stretch of the imagination. I guess when you're talking about communications, it's kind of the same thing as MDH, right? We're the small market provider of sorts. Why is it important for you to be involved and to make sure MDH is involved in what we're doing?
Well, as we said earlier, this is a big sports area. There's a very passionate fan base, and if they can't be in the games, they want to be able to try and watch the game somehow. So I remember when you first started, we had our initial conversations. I really was very impressed with the vision that you had to carry this on and where you wanted to go. And I thought this is a great opportunity for us as the marketing director to help promote our MDH brand, but also help promote high school athletics and help promote TSSR Game Time Live. And it's been a great relationship. We anytime I tune in, you guys do a great job broadcasting the events home and road. I know it's a lot of work for you guys to put this on, and I think the fans are very appreciative. And it's just a great opportunity for visibility. We're able to tell a story about our staff members and the great things that we're doing here at the hospital, all while watching some great high-quality sports productions.
Well, we appreciate that. Thanks for taking a few times, a few laughs, and a little mess up from me occasionally. But if you watch very many of our broadcasts, you should be used to that. Whenever you hear me talk, I tend to mess up.
No, you do a great job, and it's a great pleasure being a part of this partnership.
We'll be back with the second half right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to West Central High School here in Biggsville, Illinois, the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for watching us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Third quarter action. Hopefully the scoreboard is still working. It didn't freeze up again. Seems to be working. It is 22-18. Wethersfield has the basketball, and I corrected the scoring. It's 7 points for Kennedy Anderson, 6 points for Lejeah Angel. Huffman tries a three, can't get it to fall. And Wethersfield resets the offense. Now down to Huffman, tipped out to Anderson. A little haphazard here to start the second half. Three is good, a sports corner three for Lejeah Angel. She's got 9 now. 3 for Scott, 3 for Huffman, 3 for Hodge. And now a steal. Angel's going to lose the ball out of bounds, though. 7:20 to go. 7 points for Anderson, 9 points now for Lejeah Angel. 4 different players for Wethersfield have 3-pointers. 6 points for Street Matter, 3 points for Paisley Schock, and 6 points for Brianna Brody. 3 points for Pickles, Kenley McGinn. 7:02 to go here in the third quarter. Brianna Brody with 2 fouls, gets it down to Schock. She can't finish, gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. (25-20). Paisley Schock's got 5 points. Anderson drives, no shot. Foul on the floor. Going to be called on Brianna Brody. That's a huge foul. That's 3 on her with 6:38 to go in the third quarter. Brody tips that one away. Nelson wanted Anderson, finally gets it to her. Spins into the lane. Kratzer steals it away. No, that's McGinn steals it away. And then knocking it away from behind was Anderson. Brody comes up with it. She's going to be hit pretty hard. No foul call. Then on the baseline, Vincent, Huffman, and Nelson were all there battling Kratzer for the ball, and it goes off of one of the Wethersfield players out of bounds. Brody.
No shot. That's team control. This way.
And Paisley Schock is going to be called for the foul. Her second illegal screen. And she was trying to open up the shot for Brody. 6:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Angel from just past the free throw line, about a 16-foot jumper is good. She's got 11. She scored all 5 of her team's points here in the second half. Kratzer to begin to Brody. Again has it. Back to Kratzer, now to Brody. Over to Street Matter. Street Matter's going to drive, pull up, puts the shot up. It's long. Tipped by Kratzer right to Angel. Outlet to Anderson, and she pushes it up the floor. Out to Angel. Looks at 3, pump fake. Drives. Dumps it out. 5:30 remaining in the third quarter. 27-20 is the score. Wethersfield with the lead in the basketball. This is the third place game. Huffman's 3 off, no good. It might have been a bank shot, actually. Anderson somehow swiped that away. Vincent from about 18 feet. Her jumper's good. Kendall Vincent gets her first bucket of the game. It's 29-20. So these were the 3 and 4 seeds, as I believe Emerson Nelson's going to pick up the foul. It is is Emerson Nelson picking up the foul, her second. Actually, they got her down as 3. Not sure if that's right or not, but we'll see. First, as Pickles misses the first. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout charged to the Flying Geese, I do believe. 29-20, 4:57 to go here in the third quarter. They've got Emerson Nelson with 3 fouls in this one. First horn means they're getting ready to break them back out here. You're watching a third place game. Again, the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament, not anything like it had planned to be. There was supposed to be 4 pools of 3. Those games were supposed to be played the first week. Then they were supposed to play some essentially semifinal round games to determine what place game you were going to be in, and then those games were supposed to be today. That did not work out. White ball goes off a shock out of bounds, 4:55 remaining. Down low, Vincent puts the shot up, leaves it short. Brianna Brody with the rebound. Gets it out to McGinn. McGinn pushes it back the other way. She's going to go to Schock, who gets the buck. Paisley Schock gets the bucket. Her second of the second half. Cuts the lead back to 7, 29-22. Bucket was good. Steele, Anderson, bucket, good. She's got 11 unofficially. And it's the first double-digit lead of the game. Street Matter comes across. Anderson comes and steals it away. Gets it to Vincent. Vincent comes back to Anderson with 3:35 remaining in the third quarter. Skips across Vincent. Oh, big skip across to Scott. Now Hodge back to Scott. 3 left wing. Short. McGinn with the rebound. Kinley, Pickles, McGinn brings it up the floor. Remember back in the day when all the professional basketball players all had nicknames. 3 on the way, rattles around and falls through. Pickles has her second triple. Sports Corner 3. She's got 7 unofficially. Street Matter has it knocked away by Vincent. Off of Street Matter. Paige Huffman checking back in, going to replace Kennedy Anderson. 2:27 left in the third quarter. Angel to Huffman. Back to Angel. 2:13 left. Huffman. 3 off, no good. McGinn comes down with it. Pushing it back the other way in a hurry. Going to go to Brody. Brody puts a shot up, and she's fouled. Paige Huffman's going to pick up the foul. That'll be the first on Huffman. Third, I think. Yeah, make it second. And Brody's going to be shooting free throws. She is 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Has 6 points, make it 7. Missed the second one. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Angel with it. Championship game coming up next here for the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. Paige Huffman with a nice feed from Vincent gets the bucket to fall. She's got 5 points now. McGinn's got to get it across half court. Angel knocked it away. Street Matter to Shock. And after all that, Princes get an easy bucket. Paisley Shock has 9. It's Anawan, the Bravettes, and the West Central Heat, the host school, doing battle. 3 on the way by Scott is off no good. Long rebound to Hodge. So under a minute to go now. Here. Floater off no good by Scott. She kicks it out to Vincent. Another offensive rebound. Huffman to Hodge. Scott with it. Has it knocked away by Shock out of bounds. It'll stay with the Flying Geese. 35-28 the score. 46.7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Kratzer checks back in. Stahl goes out for Princeville. Kratzer knocked it away, but it went to Angel. A pass intended originally for Huffman. 35 seconds remains. Vincent skips it across Huffman. Scott for 3. It leaves short. Rebound to Kratzer. Pickles McGinn's going to bring it up the floor, and then Huffman's going to step in the way and steal that one away. Probably not the best pass in the world. And it's stolen away. 15 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Down low, Vincent. Give and go to Hodge. Hodge shot up off, no good. 5 seconds. Pickles with it. 3, 2. It's blocked. She's going to get it back. We're going to call her for a travel. And 1 second exactly on the clock. And here comes the cutting. You can hear it behind me probably as they're cutting the water line. Shots off, no good. That's the end of quarter number 3. The Flying Geese lead the Princes 35-28. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Welcome back to West Central High School. And I'm sitting here during the break and listening to the Sawzall saw the pipe for the boiler heat behind us, right behind me, about 15 feet behind me actually. So if you can hear it, that's the reason why. We'll continue with the game, and it's fourth quarter action coming your way. Princeville has the basketball, trailing by 7, 35-28. McGinn, Kratzer, back to McGinn, back to Kratzer. Schrock for a long 2, off no good. Pickles had a look at the 3, didn't take it. She's going to go back to Kratzer. 7:40 remaining. And the Shock back to Street Matter for 3. Good! A Sports Corner 3 for Sahara Street Matter. She's got 9. And full court pressure now applied by the Princes on the made basket. Angel with it. 7:15 remaining in the basketball game. It's a 4-point game. 35-31. Schock nearly had a steal from Huffman, and Huffman stepped on the baseline. And you can't see it down at this end, but there was a Princeville fan. It stood up instantly and pointed to the base sideline. He saw it and was getting ready to say something, but the official saw it as well. And the turnover, 7:04. Now Nelson and Brody tie it up, and it'll be Wethersfield basketball after the jump ball. 7:02 to go in the fourth quarter. Angel along two, off no good. Jump ball is going to be called. McGinn and Scott down there battling for it. It'll go to Princeville with 6:53 remaining in the basketball game. A chance to make it a true one-possession game, as my colleague B.J. Stone likes to say. It's a one-possession game in some extent here because it is an old-fashioned four-point play. But Pickles hits the triple. And it's a Sports Corner 3 for Kinley McGinn. She's got 10 points, and it's a one-point game. Now a foul's going to be called, maybe on Schock. We'll see if it's on Kratzer or Schock. It's going to be on Kratzer. Kratzer picks up her second. Team's first of the fourth quarter. 35-34. Anderson on the dribble, trying to get it across half court. She does. 6:28 remains here in the basketball game. It's a one-point contest. We've had some good ones here on the upper side of the championship day, as that shot was an air ball. Street Matter is going to get it on the inbounds. She's going to spin around, slow things down. Gives it to McGinn. 6:10. Schock goes in. She's blocked. Saved inbounds as Anderson nails the front of the stage right underneath me. Huffman. And Brody's going to pick up her fourth foul, and that was a pretty easy one to call right there. She had a forearm in the back. She's got 4 fouls now with 5:54 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll see how long she stays in. It does not look like Coach John Gross is going to take her out. She's played with 3 since about 5:50 something of the third quarter. Angel out to Anderson. Scott, ball intended for Emerson, is tipped to Anderson, and Brody just fouled out. Brianna Brody just fouled out on about as cheap of a foul as you can get. Unfortunately for her, she is done. Brianna Brody is out of the ball game. Buckley comes back in. Bucket was good by Anderson. She'll have an old-fashioned three-point play attempt to come, as she's open to lead back to 3, a chance to make it 4 here. Free throw off, no good. First foul charged to the Geese here in the fourth quarter goes to Lana Scott, her second. They're going to talk about it. And the official wants no talking to the other official. He's absolutely 100% sure that he's correct, and no conversation needed. Unwilling to listen. The other official just kind of turned around and said, well, there ain't no reason to talk to him, so there we go. 5:25 to go. Big time contact down there again. No foul called. Huffman for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound to Buckley. She outlets it to Schock, who gives it to McGinn. 5:03 remaining. McGinn dumps it down to Buckley, and she gets the bucket to fall. Addison Buckley gets her first 2 on a nice assist from Pickles. And it's a one-point game again, 37-36, and I think Kratzer's going to pick up the foul. She is. Kratzer picks up her third foul. Team's fourth. Coach Gross wants a full timeout. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I feel honored for those patients to have chosen me as their provider to begin with. So when they come in, I definitely have to show them respect and try to take care of them the best way I can.
Welcome back to West Central High School as we're ready to go with the final 4:52 of the fourth quarter, 37-36. The Lady Princes have come nearly all the way back. They've cut the lead to 1. They were down by 11 at one point. They've battled back in. Can they get over the top and take a lead here? We'll have to find out. It's Flying Geese basketball of Wethersfield. 4:52 to go. 4 timeouts apiece. And the Flying Geese are in the bonus the rest of the way. Angel misses the left-handed layup. The official says it goes off of Anderson. Officiating is one of the hardest jobs on the face of the planet, folks. There is no doubt about it. I've done some of it. At the same time, you have to try to sell your call, and you believe your call to be accurate. That's what you got to do. At the same time, if one of your team members or your officials asks you to talk about it, you probably at least ought to talk about it, even if you're not going to listen to him. But that's just kind of my opinion. Angel is going to get the foul. It'll be the Geese's second foul. That's the second on Angel. 4:15 to go. Down to Buckley. Out to Street Matter. 4:08. Into Street Matter. Puts the shot up. Foul's going to be called. Just barely missed. She'll get a couple free throws here with 4:03 left. Foul is on Angel. It'll be her third. Team's third of the fourth quarter. Street Matter has 9 points. First free throw, good. She's got 10 now. Double figures. First player in double figures for Princeville. Second one, no good. We're tied at 37. Under 4 minutes to go now, halfway through quarter number 4, and a steal. McGinn came up with it. I think it was Schock who came across and knocked it away. Street Matter has it. Goes down to Schock again. Angel had a hand on it, though. Now she's going to drive. Dumps it to Buckley. Buckley for her fourth point. Can't get it to fall. It's going to go to Kratzer. Kratzer gives it out to Street Matter. 3:30 remaining. Princeville with a chance to take, I think, their first lead of the game. And Nelson, Emerson Nelson's going to pick up the foul. That'll be her fourth. And that's team's fourth. So both teams now in the bonus the rest of the way with 3:25 remaining. Pickle's going to have to get it in. Got to get it in, and she does not. 5-second violation. 3:25 left. So the first possession for Princeville with the lead, with the tie, ends in nothing. Now here's the Flying Geese's second possession with it tied. See what they can do to get a lead back. But they can. A turnover to McGinn. Layup good, and Princeville leads by 2. Pickles has 12. The official down here is saying they never took the ball out of bounds. A 5-second violation. I've seen a lot of things in my life, folks. I have never seen that. They never took the ball out of bounds. The official, I was wondering why he wasn't trailing the play. He stayed back here, and they never took the ball out of bounds. So, and now a steal. Nope. Kratzer, can she get there? Diving on the floor again. Finally going to go to Huffman, and she's going to be fouled. It's become chaotic here in the last few seconds. Foul's going to be on Schock. It'll be her third. Team foul number 5 on Princeville. That means that at the free throw line, shooting a couple free throws is going to be Paige Huffman. She's got 5 points on the night. With 3:01 to go, she hits her first. But folks, I've seen a lot of stuff in 20-plus years of covering sports. Actually, I'm at 30 years, I guess now pretty much, 28, 29, 30. I've never seen the play go down the floor. Emerson Nelson can't make their put back like that and get called for a 5-second violation. Schock to Kratzer. Emerson Nelson. And they're letting them play. Hansy down low. Anderson drives, puts the shot up. Buckley, good job getting there in defense. Kratzer comes up with it. 2:30 remaining. And Angel's going to pick up a foul. Kratzer's going to be shooting 2 free throws. Angel gets her 4th foul, I think. We'll wait and see. It is on Angel, her 4th. 5 fouls apiece now. So everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the way. As I said, Kratzer at the free throw line. She's got 9 points. No, Kratzer has 0 points. Schock has 9, 2:28 remaining. Princeville leads by 1, but she misses the first. Second free throw coming. Good. Princeville leads by 2. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break and we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Actually, 30 seconds.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
Welcome back to West Central High School. Princeville leads Wethersfield 40-38. Excuse me, I forgot to put up the last Wethersfield point, so it is 40-38. Anderson has it and merely got away with a travel. Angel now, 2:23 remaining. Kratzer very well could have got called for a foul there. No foul called, though. 2:10. Schock does get called for a foul. That'll be her 4th. 4 fouls on Schock. 2 free throws coming for Emerson Nelson. She has not scored today. First one, no good. 2:09 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Second one is good. She's 1 for 2. 1-point game. 40-39. Kratzer gets it across half court. She get ran over. Again, touched by Nelson just barely, but enough to get the call to stay with Princeville. 1:57 remaining. McGinn's got to get it in. She does. Just in time. 1 point lead for Princeville. Street Matter to Shock. 1:45. Ooh. Huffman goes flying into the bleachers. It's a chance to take the lead here for Wethersfield with 1:41 remaining. Anderson has it. She drives, stops, triple teamed over there. Going to the floor with it. Timeout given to Wethersfield. .131 remaining. It's a full timeout. We'll take a quick one as well, and we'll be back right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MD8.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
The thing I enjoy most is that we take care of a wide variety of people in our community. I see infants through teenagers and mothers and fathers, and I really enjoy that.
Welcome back for the final 91 seconds. 1:31 left on the clock. Wethersfield has the basketball after the timeout. The 4-flat inbound formation here. They trail by 1. Out to Angel. Angel drives, loses it. How is that not a double dribble? Whew. Princeville fans losing their mind here. And it's a 1-point lead for Wethersfield. Angel has 13. Down to Shock. Shock puts the shot up and in, and Princeville back to a 1-point lead. Shock has 11. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. Make it 56 seconds now. Down low. Back out to Angel. Angel puts the shot up, and it's in! Angel hits the bucket. Timeout, Wethersfield. She's got 15. And it's 43-42. Flying Geese. Timeout charged to Wethersfield. I believe the Princes have 3 timeouts. Wethersfield have 2. 43-42, 49.7 seconds left. Princeville trails by 1. They have the basketball. Lejea Angel has been the go-to in the last 2 trips down to 4. She's got 4 straight. Both have given her team a lead. Shock has been the go-to for the Princes in the last few seconds, and now it's going to be full court pressure brought to you by Wethersfield. Not sure if it's a 2-1-2 or 2-1, maybe zone under man or zone over man. They're trying to cover, I don't know what they were trying to do there. McGinn with it, 36 seconds. Shock. Going to drive. Dumps it to Kratzer. Over to McGinn. Shock. Too long. On the Vincent picks it up. Shock can't foul. She's got 4. And Kratzer's going to pick up the foul, I think. 18.2 seconds left. It is going to be on Kratzer. That'll be her fourth. 2 free throws coming for Kennedy Anderson. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She has 13 points unofficially. 18.2 seconds left in this one. Going to be a little late starting on the championship game as well. First one is no good. Trying to make it a 2-point game here if she can get this one. 18.2 seconds remain. Free throw good. .30-second timeout. Charge to Wethersfield. 14 points on the game. 44-42 the score. It'll be Princeville basketball after this 30-second timeout. Kinley McGinn to inbound. Against the pressure again. They're going to back the pressure off a little bit, make it about 3/4 court. McGinn now, 15 seconds. Street Matter with it. She goes to Schock. Schock puts up the shot. It is off, no good. Buckley had the rebound and over the top. A travel's. They're going to call Paige Huffman with a travel with 5.1 seconds left. Timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout is going to be called by Princeville. .1 seconds left. 44-42. The official that's standing right here in front of me just said this is going to overtime. I heard him say it. He's shaking his head. He did not say it. He said he did not say it. He said, I didn't even think about it, he said. Did not even think about it. 5.1 seconds left. 44-42 as we get ready to go here. Pickles McGinn to inbound. She'll get it up top, Buckley. Buckley over to Street Matter. 3 seconds down to. It's up and in. It's tied. A Schock hits it, and that's the ball game. That's the regulation. We're going to overtime. The official that I was giving a hard time about just turned around and acted like he's going to throw the ball at me. We're going to overtime here in the third place contest. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back 4 minutes on the clock here for the overtime right after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to West Central High School. OT numero uno. 4 minutes on the clock. Tied at 44 after Paisley Schock hit the big bucket at the buzzer. She's got 13 points, and we're headed to overtime. Without Brody, we'll be interested to see who does the jump ball here. Buckley. Looks like Buckley's going to do the jump ball. Jump ball, won by Nelson. A lot of players with 4 fouls. We'll see how this ends up. So everybody's shooting free throws the whole time. Anderson drives, kicks it out. Angel comes down with it. 3:45 left in overtime. Turnover. Kratzer's going to push it up the floor. Street Matter, 3:35 left. Back to Street Matter. Buckley looks, comes up to McGinn. McGinn drives. Her shot's blocked and saved in. Kratzer's going to come down with it. Shock. Up to Street Matter. Long two. Her foot's on the line. Good call. Foot was on the line, but it's a two. 2-point lead for Princeville. Now, serious trouble here for Anderson. Vincent gets it across to Nelson, who gets it across to Angel. Angel into the corner to Huffman. 2:55 remaining in overtime. Anderson with it down low. McGinn knocks it off of Anderson out of bounds. It'll be Princeville basketball. Street Matter gives it to Shock. Timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. That'll leave 2 and 2, I do believe, as they get a bonus timeout each overtime. It's a 30-second timeout. The ball will be inbounded underneath the basket. 2:42 left in overtime number 1. It's a 2-point lead for Princeville. Paisley Shock hit the game-tying bucket at the buzzer to send us to overtime. As Anawan and West Central anxiously await the opportunity to play for a championship. It's going to be hard-pressed to make that game as good as this one has been. It's been close. 11-point lead at one point in the second half for Wethersfield, but Princeville just continued to kind of chip away at it. They didn't make a huge run. They make a 4-2 run, a 4-2 run, a 4-2 run, and suddenly they were back in. They had a lead a couple times. Couldn't hold a lead, but they were able to get the tie at the buzzer, and they lead by 2 now with 2:42 remaining in overtime. McGinn to inbound. Pickles has had a pretty good game. She's going to get it into Buckley. Down to Kratzer. He gives it to McGinn. 2:35 left in overtime. Paige Huffman out there on her. Now stretching out the man-to-man defense is Wethersfield now. Into Buckley. Anderson's going to pick up the foul. She doesn't have very many. I guess she's got 3 now. But Buckley's going to be at the free throw line shooting 2. Addison Buckley has 2 points. She's been playing since Brianna Brody fouled out. 2:24 left in overtime. 2:25 left in overtime. First free throw in and out, no good. Sub coming in, Lana Scott. Vincent takes a seat. Buckley missed the first. Missed the second, rebound to Angel. 2:18 remaining in overtime. Both teams have stretched out the defense, and it has really affected Wethersfield, especially here in the fourth quarter in overtime. Huffman to Angel, cutting to the basket. She gets the bucket. We're tied at 46. Angel has 17. Street Matter. Timeout on the floor. Should leave 1 for Princeville, I believe. 1:48 to go in overtime. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the final 1:48 here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Welcome back to West Central High School, Biggsville, Illinois, the Lincoln Trail Conference Girls Basketball Tournament. Third place game, getting some bonus coverage here as it's 46-46 in overtime number 1. 1:48 remaining, so we're just past the halfway point of overtime number 1. And it looks like Princeville set up a inbound play against a man-to-man, but they fell back into a zone before they picked up man-to-man afterwards. Shot was off by Schock. Huffman with the rebound and a chance for the Flying Geese to retake a lead here with 1:30 remaining. Skip down, Huffman. Anderson drives, counted, and a foul for Kennedy Anderson. If that's on Schock, it's 5. It is. And that is the 5th foul on Paisley Schock. She fouls out with 1:22 remaining in overtime. Stahl checks in. Buckley goes down to take her spot below the block. It's 48. What are we talking about here? Who was the foul on? Was it on 25? Well, it's not on Schock. They call it on Buckley? It was on Buckley. So Schock, scratch that, it's got 4. She hits the free throw. It's a 3-point lead for the Flying Geese. Anderson has 17 now. Street Matter. Shot. Kratzer. Baseline jumper off, no good. Angel with the rebound. 1:04 remaining. Anderson. Now Kratzer's going to pick up her 5th foul. I don't think there's any doubt who that one's on. Kratzer picks up the foul. Kratzer fouls out. Anderson's going to be shooting 2 free throws. Hits the first. It's a 4-point game. Anderson hits the second. She's got 19. A 5-point game with 57 seconds left. Again to Stahl, back to McGinn. Now to Street Matter. Looked at the 3, didn't take it. Schock. McGinn, back to Street Matter. 45 seconds. McGinn's got a drive. She goes to the rack. Puts it up. Man, a lot of contact. Huffman got the block and then the rebound. Anderson pushes it back the other way. 31 seconds. Vincent is going to go to the free throw line. McGinn's going to pick up the foul. That'll be her second. Vincent, who has 2 points, will be at the free throw line shooting 2. Her team's up by 5, 51-46, overtime number 1. After this, we'll have about a 15-minute break, and we'll come back in the next stream with the championship game. Vincent hits the first. 6-point lead. Hitting the free throws down the stretch has been the key. They're 4 for 4 in a row. Missed that one, did Vincent. I jinxed her. Street Matters got to loft up the triple. She does. She hits it! A sports corner 3 for Sahara Street Matters. She's got 14, and it's a 3-point game with 14 seconds left. To make it 12.8 seconds left. McGinn is going to be called for the foul. That'll be her 3rd. And Anderson will be down shooting free throws. Anderson has hit her last 4 free throws. She's 5 for 7 from the free throw line. First one, good, and that's a huge one. She's got 20. That might be what does it. And she missed the second. That's probably even better. Street Matter with the rebound. Gives it to McGinn, and Anderson with the steal. And McGinn's going to block it, but it's going to be called. She's going to be called for the foul. She'll have 4 fouls. And back to the free throw line again will go Anderson with 7.7 seconds left. She'll have a chance to finish icing the game away from the free throw line here. She has hit her last 5 free throws. Make it 6. And 7. She's got 22. 55-49. Street Matter. McGinn going to put up a 3. It's blocked by Angel, and that's how it'll end. 55-49. In overtime, the Flying Geese down to Lady Princes of Princeville here in the third place game of the Lincoln Trail Conference Tournament. Unofficial quick leading scorers. 22 points to lead all scoring for Kennedy Anderson. 17 points for LaJaya Angel. 3 points for Kendall Vincent. 1 point for Emerson Nelson. 3 points for Cora Hodge. 6 points for Paige Huffman. 3 points for Lena Scott.
And congratulations to Wethersfield, third place finish in the LCC tournament.
(14 of 19 from the free throw line were Wethersfield and the Flying Geese. (7 of 16 unofficially from the free throw line for the Princes. 13 points for Paisley Shock. 14 points for Sahara Street Matter. As they turn the lights off on me so I can't see as we're getting ready to start here for the next game. 7 points for Brianna Brody. She fouled out. 12 points for Kenley Pickles McGinn. 2 points for Addison Buckley. 1 point for Sydney Kratzer. And that's the scoring for Princeville. Championship games coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back in about 14 minutes with the championship contest. West Central and Anawan coming your way here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back in the next stream. Thanks for joining us today. One more to go. We'll see you in just a little bit.